Well, Hurricane Beryl made landfall on Texas coast early Monday morning. We're also talking about heat this week that's confined to the west, but it's going to spread across much of the central U.S. by the end of the week. So here's Hurricane Beryl, made landfall as a Category 1 storm, not particularly intense as far as the wind goes, but rainfall is going to be an issue with Beryl, hitting the Houston areas here, and this will be an eerie reminder of Hurricane Harvey just 7 years ago, which of course created intense flooding. So the track of Beryl continues to be a tropical storm the next couple days through Texas, and then will eventually make its way to Michigan as a remnant tropical depression as we head into the latter part of the week. But and you've got flood watches that really follow that track here across Arkansas and Missouri, but we've tropical storm warnings yet through today and tomorrow into southeastern Texas, where we're still seeing some intense winds, but also some really intense rainfall. We're not done with the wind yet with Beryl either. We're going to see wind gusts continue here today, over 70 miles an hour, so hurricane force wind gusts potentially through the day today, but also just torrential downpours as Beryl makes its way slowly across eastern Texas. This is a 48-hour rainfall loop, so at least a day and a half of intense rain here across portions of eastern and southeastern Texas. Over a half foot of rainfall, a large swath of intense rain that will start to diminish somewhat finally as it loses more and more of its tropical moisture as it heads into Missouri, Indiana, and Illinois. But still some very warm waters in the Gulf of Mexico and also in the Atlantic as a whole, and especially in this region where is the typical development zone for tropical systems. Just a lot of heat, a lot of energy just waiting to be used up by storms. We also have an enhanced risk of severe weather today across eastern Texas into western Louisiana, southwestern Arkansas. Pretty typical with hurricanes as they come ashore. You have all that spin and rotation, and then it slows over land, but that leftover spin can create tornadoes. So that's the biggest severe weather threat, is those tornado spin-ups that we could see today. A lot of low-level shear. As I mentioned, you have this intense spinning storm that's moving over water, and then it literally just kind of slows down. You can imagine what happens. It's like pushing an oar or a paddle through the water, and it creates all these little vorticities, a lot of surface vorticity too out ahead of Beryl, and already measuring some indices here with a significant tornado parameter across southern Louisiana and then into eastern Texas. So again, that's pretty typical with hurricanes as they make landfall in the U.S., that you do have some tornado spin-ups due to just all that shear and spin of the storm. But again, here are those flood watches, but we're talking about heat too in the southeast, the northeast, and then across the west, some excessive heat warnings and heat advisories. High temperatures in the triple digits for a large swath of the west today. Las Vegas set a record yesterday of 120 degrees for the air temperature, and that heat is expanding eastward. Much of the central U.S. getting in on the heat here by the end of the week. Places like the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul haven't hit 90 yet this summer. It'll be the latest 90-degree reading, first 90 of the season in 31 years. So get ready for heat.